lot of eyeshadow palettes and get overwhelmed with trying to decide which one to choose every day? Well, keep watching and I will show you a way to help you decide for you. This is Throwing Shade Update 5, Round 6. If you have large numbers in eyeshadow palettes and trying to just decide to choose one every day can be very daunting. So this project is a great way to kind of help choose for you. How is everybody? If you're new here, hi, how are you? Thank you so much for stopping by and welcome to the family. I hope everybody is staying safe out there and trying to stay inside if you can. Just staying 6 feet away from anybody and trying to possibly self-quarantine yourself. It is very trying times out here for all of us right now. This is my 5th update on Throwing Shade. This is a Fantastic Ladies collab. The creators of Throwing Shade is Jessica Lee and Amanda D. They will of course be linked down below in the description box for you guys. What the objective of Throwing Shade is, you enter all of your eyeshadow palettes into a random number generator of some sort or a wheel of some sort, and then randomly select 3 palettes to choose per month, using 1 palette per week, and then on the 4th month of the week you use all 3 palettes combined. Any of my prior videos on this project, if you are interested in checking any of those out, they will be listed in the cards and in the description box for you guys. My dates on this is 9/25 of 2019 and it is basically ongoing. I'm going to keep this going until I have cycled through basically all of my eyeshadow palettes, which is a lot. I have like 125 eyeshadow palettes. We have so far gotten through a total of 12 of them, so we still have a little bit of a ways to go. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop on in. I will talk about the 3 palettes that were chosen for me on my last update on this, and of course that will be listed in the cards as well for you guys. Starting with the first week on my last month's cycle on this, it chose the Violet Voss Sugar Crystals palette for me. I definitely did so much better on this past month on this project in using these palettes, and then I actually used all 3 on the 4th week to create a look with, and actually the look that I created is the look that I am wearing today. We will get a little bit more into that towards the end of the video, but I really love the look. For the first week, it chose my Violet Voss Sugar Crystals palette. This is a really beautiful, colorful palette, and as you can see by the photos that I will be inserting, I created just some really beautiful, colorful looks with this. I really enjoy Violet Voss's eyeshadow formula. It is just very creamy and they blend beautifully even for colorful looks like this. But this palette can be somewhat beginner friendly, because if you are wanting to introduce yourself into playing with colors, I think this would be a great pick for you, because they basically are just lined up to where you have your crease color, your lid color, and your highlight color, and it's just so convenient and so easy to use and so easy to blend. The metallics in this palette are absolutely beautiful. Let me go ahead and give you guys a couple swatches. I haven't been doing too many swatches of too many palettes lately in the last few videos, so I guess it's deserving. It's just really hard for me to swatch, but as you can see, look how beautiful those swatches are, those colors. They are just to die for. Violet Voss makes a really incredible formula. I really enjoy their formula. I really enjoyed using this palette. I had a lot of fun using it. As you can tell from the look that I created, I really enjoyed using this palette for the first week. And then on the 2nd week, it ended up choosing my C Color Cosmetics Seaside palette, which is a dupe for the Urban Decay Beach palette. As you can see from the photos, I did actually create a look with this, and I think it came out rather pretty. The only thing about this palette was not aware of is that there's only 2 shimmers. Actually, I want to say even 1 shimmer. This is more like a satin type of shadow, and then the rest are like shimmers and like creamy metallics, but they are really creamy. I actually used this one right here on the inner portion of my lid for my look today. So this palette might possibly be up on the chopping block when I do my eyeshadow palette declutter video, which should be coming. It's hard telling, hopefully sooner rather than later, but right now with everything going on, it's just been absolutely crazy out there. I know you guys can all relate. It might take a little bit of time. It's just really hard to tell you guys, but I will have an eyeshadow palette declutter video coming soon. I don't know how soon, but there will be one coming. I'm kind of unsure about it. It's not that it's a bad palette, I just don't ever reach for it. I mean, granted, I know that's the problem I have with a lot of my palettes, just because I have so many palettes, so a lot of them don't get reached for. So I'm just trying to figure out a way in my mind to a justification on a good reason to let go of some when I do declutter. So let me give you swatches of this one as well. I'm not the greatest at swatching. My fingers are all over the place. I already ran out of room, but it is a really pretty palette, you guys. The metallics and stuff are actually really creamy, and for a dupe, it is actually really beautiful. We shall see. I might possibly declutter it, and as you can see from the look that I did create with it, I managed to do one look with it. It came out really nice, just really beautiful swatches. That's why I had such a problem in buying eyeshadow palettes. For those of you who don't know, I am on a 2-year no buy. I will link that in the cards for you guys, but I haven't been buying any eyeshadow palettes. I haven't been buying anything for that matter. I'm very proud of myself. I haven't made a single purchase of like unnecessary items since November of last year, which is huge for me, coming from somebody who used to have a budget of like $450 a month. I will explain that and talk to you guys about that in a future video. Then for the 3rd week of the month, it ended up choosing my ABH Modern Renaissance, which I feel we are probably pretty much all familiar with. This is one of the first eyeshadow palettes that really broke the mold and transitioned us into the eyeshadow craze world that we are in now. So I don't really feel I need to do too many swatches of this one, but it is really beautiful. I'm glad it chose it. I was able to create and do some more looks with it and just get some use out of it in general. As you can see from the photos, I did really do just your beautiful, you know, neutral, more toned down looks with this. It is a great palette. You can really amp up any type of a look with this, and you can go very subtle like I did in a couple of my looks. It's just an all-around great stable palette, I feel, especially if you are a neutral lover. This is a really great palette, and I feel it definitely could add value to anybody's collection. And then of course, for the 4th week of the month, you have to then create a look using all 3 palettes combined. I know it's not the end of the video, but it is the top part of the video where it's time to explain the look that I am doing today. I made it a point to make sure, as I put it on one of my goals on my last month's update on this, to make sure I do a look using all 3 palettes combined, because I haven't been the best at doing that. So the look that I created today, I used all 3 combined, and I think it came out really Sugar Crystals palette. I used a little bit of Pearberry underneath here, and then I used a little bit of Jelly Bean on the outer portion and down on the bottom part of my lid, on my lower lash line. Then on the center portion of my lid, I've used Sweet and Sour out of the Sugar Crystals palette, and then I used a little bit of Grape out here. And then out of the Seaside palette, I use this blue shade on the inner portion, and I use the one matte shade kind of all in my crease and blowing it out. And then from the Modern Renaissance palette, I went ahead and used Burnt Orange to further deepen up my crease, and then Cypress Umber on the outer portion up here just to kind of give it a little bit of depth. And then of course, from the Sugar Crystals palette, again, I went with these two, Yellow Lemon Drop shade and Buttercream right here on the inner portion and for my brow bone highlight. I think it came out really pretty. It's different. It's definitely interesting, but hey, it works. No matter what kind of look you create, you just have to trust the process. 9 times out of 10, it ends up looking crazy before it always comes together in the very end. Something about putting on the liner and mascara or lashes, if you wear lashes, just really completes the look and just brings and ties everything together. So you really just have to kind of trust the process. Okay, now on to the fun part where we are picking 3 new palettes for this month. I already got my wheel pulled up. I use the Wheel Decide app over on Facebook. Let's go ahead and give it a spin and pick our 3 new palettes. Dope 1. Now that is a dupe for the Laura Lee's Nudie Patootie palette, so I'm really excited about that. Let me go ahead and grab my notes here so I can write these down. I will go ahead and select all 3 with you guys, write them down, and then I'll go grab the palettes and come back and show you guys. Go ahead and pick our palette for the second week. BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette, and then one more palette to choose. The Warrior palette. That is from Juvia's Place. And I had that in my Pan Those Eyeshadows project that I created called Pan the Way, which I did just actually close that project out, but it will be listed in the cards if you guys want to go check it out. Let me go get these 3 palettes and I will come back and show you guys. Okay, I'm back and I got my 3 palettes for the month. So let's go ahead and do a recap. The first week's palette that it chose was my Dope 1 palette from C-Color Cosmetics. And again, this is a dupe for the Laura Lee's Nudie Patootie palette. As you can see, an exact dupe for that palette. And this is actually a really good quality palette. I really enjoy C-Color Cosmetics eyeshadow palette formula. They make great dupes. I mean, they are a copycat type of brand. They are known for duping more higher end eyeshadow palettes for a more affordable price for people who can't necessarily afford to spend that much money on makeup. So I really can appreciate that. And as you can see, it is just a really beautiful neutral palette with some pops of beautiful foiled, extremely foiled glitter metallic shadows. I'm grateful that it chose this, so that way it'll give me a chance to do some looks with it. Let me see if I can't swatch this pink glitter shade here. It isn't like a pressed glitter. You can wet your brush and actually pick this up quite easily on a brush compared to pressed glitters are really hard to pick up. I do love me a pressed glitter, but as you can see, that one is really creamy and easy to pick up with just my finger, and it blended out really beautifully. Let me go ahead and see if I can't pick up this one as well. Again, I am glad that it chose this because I haven't used this palette in quite some time and I would hate for it to dry out. So as you can see, just really beautiful. That was actually really easy to pick up too. It's a really deep, rich gold shade. I'm really, really grateful to have a chance to use this palette again. Then for the second week, it chose again my BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette. This is a really beautiful palette. It has some face shades over here, whatever you want to call it, some highlighters, and you can also use these for lid colors, inner corner, brow bone, whatever you prefer. But as you can see, it's just your beautiful, like, warm tone with the pop of blue that so many brands had did last year. It was like the thing, and here I am wearing that type of a look. But as you can see from the look, it is actually a beautiful kind of look. I can appreciate it made the 2 like transition shades in this palette are a little bit bigger so you can get more use out of them. So I can definitely appreciate that. I love BH Cosmetics formula. It is just so soft and just so incredible, you guys. I really just there's no words for how good BH Cosmetics formula is, and they are extremely affordable. Look at how blinding beautiful those blues are. Just absolutely gorgeous shades. Let me go ahead and swatch the pink one here. It's like a really light, pale, pearlescent type of pink shade. It's just gorgeous. Look at how blinding, you guys. I'm really glad that it chose this for the second week of the month. Then for the third week, it chose my Juvia's Place Warrior palette. This is another neutral type of palette. So all three palettes for this month are neutral tone palettes, which, hey, I'm cool with that. You know, it's giving me a chance to reach for my neutrals more so, because you guys know I love my beautiful, bright, bold, colorful looks. As you can tell with the eye look that I'm wearing. Here is what the Warrior palette looks like, and as you can see, I have pan in the shade Kano, which this was in my pan the way, and I actually panned one of these bad boys. That big old monstrous pan, I couldn't believe it. I think I panned it after 37 something uses, which is my going rate for panning eyeshadows. If you guys are interested in panning eyeshadow videos, those types of projects, it will be listed down below and in the cards for you guys. As you can see, this is your really warm tone, like golds and coppered type of neutral palette. Juvia's Place's eyeshadow palette formula is to die for, you guys. Probably one of the best, if not the best, shimmer metallic type of formula. Just look at how blinding those two shades are, and it is so effortlessly easy to pick up. They blend extremely well on the eyes, and they're extremely easy to pick up on a brush. I just love Juvia's Place's formula. Let me go ahead and I'll swatch two more, or try to. As you can see, just stunning, you guys. Really warm, beautiful, just so good. Just beautiful swatches. And this will help me to reach for like warm tone golds more. Especially, I look nice with these type of tones in the summertime when I have a nice tan. But since it is like springtime and I ain't seen the sun in what seems like forever here where I live, so I don't reach for these shades too often when I am more of a fair complexion. But in the summer, they are absolutely beautiful on my color and my skin complexion. This will help me to just kind of reach for them overall and not like find a reason or an excuse not to. Here are my three palettes for this month. I'm really excited. Again, these are three more neutral types of palettes, and I'm really excited to get some use out of these palettes again. This project is just a great way to kind of help show your eyeshadow palettes some love and reach for palettes that you normally necessarily wouldn't reach for. So I think it's a great project. If you are interested in joining this project, I will also have the Fantastic Ladies Facebook group listed down below. The only requirement is you have to answer 3 questions to be entered into the group, and they will let you in with open arms. Just a bunch of great women who are very supportive, and they have a whole bunch of different types of project pans over there. It is where I kind of got into project panning, and I have just kind of taken off with it. It has helped save me so much money. It is the #1 driving force as to why I started my 2-year no-buy, and I've been doing very well. That is everything for this video and for this update. Please, everybody, if you can self-quarantine and stay inside, please do so. My job has been requiring me to still be out there. We are basically on the front lines fighting the coronavirus every day, and I have to take extra precautions to make sure that all my employees are staying safe. If you can avoid being outside at any cost right now until this craziness passes, please stay inside and wash your hands and just stay safe. I will be getting ready to host just an upcoming giveaway on my channel very soon, just my way of showing my appreciation. I'm still very grateful and so very thankful for each and every one of you, and I truly do love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Until my next video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It definitely helps my channel if you guys do hit the thumbs up button, and make sure to turn the notifications bell on so you don't miss any of my updates and future videos. Everybody enjoy the rest of their day. Bye. Stay safe.